If you've been struggling to get coaching clients, these 4 Claude prompts will fix that. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what's blocking your business growth and exactly how to fix that. I used the same exact framework to add over 13K in new revenue in just 9 weeks, and this is the same framework I use with my one-on-one clients. I'll walk you through all 4 prompts on a real coaching business so you know exactly how to use it on yours. But before I show you the prompts, you need to know exactly why they work, what are the principles behind them, so you use them correctly and you actually use them. So imagine your coaching business as a highway. You've got 4 lanes wide and it narrows down to 1 lane and it opens back to 4. So how many cars can really get through when you think about it? Well, of course, only the amount that the 1 lane section allows, because they all have to slow down and then get into 1 and then open back up, and creates this traffic as we would see often in the real world. Like, you can add 5 more lanes to both of these sections, both either side of the 1 lane, but it doesn't change anything. Like, the throughput, the amount of growth that happens in your coaching business is decided by that bottleneck, that 1 lane. And your business has that 1 lane section as well. More content, new offer, better systems, none of it actually matters until you find that bottleneck, that constraint, that 1 lane section of your business and fix that first. And that's why most coaches stay stuck for 2, 3, 5 years and they never identify that actual constraint, that actual bottleneck. They're widening the lanes that already are wide enough, but they should be working on that 1 lane section instead. So I'm going to show you now exactly how you implement and use those prompts. So to find those prompts, you simply just go to my Skool community, link below in the section. It's completely free, so nothing that you need to buy. And then just join the community. You go here on the pin post, you open it here, then press the link and you get access to the prompts. And then there, you just on the left-hand side of the screen or here are the links to it. Just press that and you got the prompts. So you can actually understand how it really works. We're going to be using an example coach, Sarah, and she thinks she knows a bottleneck, that she needs more visibility or a better offer, but she's wrong, and the prompt will show you why, or the 4 prompts. The prompt 1 is all about the diagnosis. It loads my methodology on how to really figure out the right constraint by using these 3 simple things. So that's the overarching thing that's happening. She's asking 1 question at a time, like a real coach, pushing back on vague answers and catching any lies, knowing and figuring out really what's happening underneath everything that maybe, for example, Sarah thinks is happening. So when I load the prompt, it starts asking questions about, okay, figuring out the business, understanding that, about how many clients, or 5 active clients, where are the clients coming from, basically referrals, and what are you actually doing when it comes to clients, like figuring out all of the context. And then like how many calls, and then like, okay, doing 2 calls. Oh, okay, only 2 calls. So how many close? 1, okay. And then it knows it has enough context, and then by the last answer, it figured out, okay, I have a real picture what I see there. So from there, it figured out that the constraint in her example was no activity. She's hiding in planning, not in the conversations. So from there, because we know the constraint, now the first prompt figure out the constraint, we make sure to pressure test that constraint. Just not, okay, we figured out the constraint is good. We need to make sure to at least pressure test it on top of it to make sure it's the real one. Because most coaches lock in the wrong constraint because they never test the diagnosis. So what we do is confirm the constraint from a different angle by leveraging the 10x and 100x question, exposing any hidden ceilings, and then confirm and revise if there's something we need to change or different. So basically after the constraint, paste it down the pressure test prompt, and then just started like figuring out, okay, what is the best, highest leverage activity, being more specific because she was being vague about it, and then figure out what that is, and then why can't you do 10 times? What time is going, like what are you doing instead? Like, I don't have time. What are you actually doing then with the time? It actually pressure test Sarah because she's like, oh, I don't have any time to do it. Like, why? Because you can't be lying to yourself if you want to actually make that breakthrough in your coaching business. And then figure out like, why can't you do 100 times the activity? And then she says something and then like, okay, it confirmed the diagnosis. From there, it confirmed that the 10x thing revealed that her time is going to the wrong things. And then the 100x revealed her mental model of outreach is capped to her existing followers. So both that she's doing the wrong things, and second of all, that she has the wrong paradigm, the wrong lens of how to actually do more. So by that, it could really figure out what the next step is, because from there we actually have pressure tested to figure out the real constraint and different perspectives around it, how to fix it. Then we build the sprint by prompt 3, like what to actually do about it. Like we want a specific sprint around your bottleneck. A 7-day sprint, specific actions, track daily, then having this one metric that you're tracking through the whole sprint, and then an end of the week review so you can iterate your way to success. And it's built around your specific stage, your specific constraint, not something templated. Like by using these prompts, we're actually figuring out your specific constraints, we're personalizing it to you, building a plan around it, and then the next thing, like after you've done that, basically just you paste the prompt and it figures out the sprint. So the primary metric for her to track is outreach actions per day, so 100, then specifically what she should be doing every single day, and then what questions she should be asking her by the end of the review. And then from there, we go into the last thing, which is the lock in the focus. And that's all about figuring out what not to do for those 7 days, in her own words. Basically pulling out your exact language from the intake, naming the self-deception that you've been hiding behind, why you're not doing and working on the actual constraint. And most coaches simply skip this. And this is the part that decides if you break through the bottleneck or not. So by going through this, then they know, like the AI knows what you're not supposed to do. It pulls out the exact things you should be avoiding while focusing on these things. So you actually know what to do and what not to do. So you actually make the progress. You're actually working on the right things and make the progress you want to be making when in your coaching business. And this, like the hard part isn't running the prompts, it's letting go of everything else. In less than 30 minutes, Sarah went from I need to fix my offer to knowing exactly what she should be focusing on over the next 7 days to fix that one lane, that bottleneck, that constraint. That's what these prompts do. They find your one lane and how to fix it. So to get them, link in the description and in a pinned post inside of my community. And if you don't find it there, just send me a message on Skool and I'll fix it for you.